Hello, everybody. This is our town hall meeting, and I truly appreciate you taking the time to join us. And thank you to many of you who have sent in your questions in advance. We will actually get through every question in a rapid fire manner. It's a beautiful day outside, and we'll make this a quick town hall meeting, but we'll address every question we can that has come to us, including the ones that will come to us today on the chat window. And the modus operandi is very simple. Please, if you haven't already sent your questions, please send it through the chat window and we will pick it up. And as you all know, the ballots are out. It's in your mailbox. California has gone 100% absentee voting. And the ballots were sent to your mailbox starting last Monday, earlier this week, Monday. And I would say almost everyone has gotten the ballots now. And because we have been getting messages that, hey, we voted for you, and we love hearing that. So please keep sending us those messages. And, the last time we did this town hall meeting, this one is a little bit, it's off our schedule because we are doing this mid-month. Typically, we do it on the last Sunday of the month. We'll probably do this every weekend now, all the way to election Tuesday. And the idea being that we want to provide you an interactive forum to ask your questions. And last time we had the town hall meeting in, was it late April? The Warriors were playing. I was pretty nervous. They did. They won, and they are on to the next round. And I'm pretty excited about that, and hopefully all of you too. But let's get going. What I would like to do is quickly provide you something related to what's going on our website. Here is our website. We call this area Above the Fold, and we got some information there in terms of why you should consider supporting our run. The only one in this race who champions Medicare for all, is pro-choice and never sells out, and will advocate for term limits in Washington. So this is a quick summary of some of the reasons why you should consider supporting our run. This is a little code for me. It's a little long, but it provides you context with respect to who I am and why I do what I'm doing. And some of my track record, in terms of what we tried to do and succeeded with most of these areas as a council member in the city of Saratoga, fighting San Jose Water Company, saving money for 1 million people. And my run is about bringing back integrity, getting things done. This video that is playing is actually a response to the League of Women Voters, the Candidates Forum questions. And it's a 10-minute watch, very quick. And, if you're not able to stay in this town hall meeting today through the end of the town hall meeting, I highly recommend that you watch this one for 10 minutes. That's it. And this is a great quote from Dan. I really appreciate that. And Dan is the chair of the North Peninsula Democratic Club. And very honored to have. And here is, this is actually, we call it the rotator section. It's got some very interesting quotes. So you can take a look about some of the issues with the issue over the last so many years. We absolutely respect her 44-year stint in public office. But the reason we are running is because of what someone like David Mitchell is talking about, because this is what we had observed over the last few years as a council member. And we found there were enough reasons for someone like me to jump in and to insert or bring back ethics in politics. And these are some of the quotes that you can see. This is an op-ed piece in the Merc. It's still there if you want to find it. And this is from the Chronicle. And this is from the Stanford Daily, where they said they were concerned with Congresswoman issues, money, pharma money. So anyway, let's keep going. So here is, it provides you a quick intro of who I am and what we have done. And this is a clear differentiator. If you click on this link, it'll take you to the report card, which provides you perspective on the differences, just like we have summarized it over here. Over there, you will see the gory details of the differences. And we lead with a quote from David Price. And we talk about, we inserted this quote from Matt Grocott. Very honored to have Matt's support for our run. And then there are some key differentiators between the two of us. Very simple items. Obviously, I'm from the world of tech. I believe in solving problems. I like to stay uncorrupted. I did not accept the real estate money that came my way as a council member. And we will keep politics clean, because that's not the reason. I'm not going to make politics dirty by jumping in and doing all sorts of wrong things. My run is about integrity, which is what we have tried to do all the way back since 2013, when I got involved with politics. Oh, wow, it's almost 10 years now. But I will not stay 44 years. I will not stay 44 years as your in political office. That's not what I would ever do, because I believe that we should make way for the younger generation, for newer ideas, and for some new energy to get some of these problems done. I really would appreciate you if you can chip in to support our run. That would be very helpful. There's a video that basically is a quick summary of who I am, just providing you context in terms of our journey. We all have our special journey, and I take 2 minutes to explain my special journey. This pancake video has gone viral. I like this video. And then the video on the left are endorsement videos. The video on the right are our interns, why they join our fellowship. So please take a look at some of these videos. And if you have a high school student, teenager at home, or college student, then send them our way. They can apply for the fellowship, which is right here. You can see this is the internship, so have them apply. And then we have some press kit, which has pictures. Rishi in the News has lots of videos and publications in the news media. And then if you want to join this town hall meeting, you would have clicked on Meet Rishi and volunteer to join and register to vote. So we have a link that takes you to the registrar of voters. Okay, so that's all I wanted to set the context for. Why don't we get going? And I'm hoping that we can wrap up this meeting in about, let's try to do it in 25 minutes, 20 minutes. And politicians end up speaking. We can be very verbose. I don't still see myself as a politician. I see myself as a high-tech geek. But in Silicon Valley, all the geeks are rock stars. So what I will do is I will have to, there are a couple other events I have to run to. And I'm wearing my pink tie, as you can see, in support of pro-choice. It threw the country into a tailspin. The country is very divided right now. And we continue to get divided more and more. And I think we need to move forward. So we'll talk about some of my policies through the questions that have come our way, and see if I can get your support. I'm really keen to get your support. Please consider supporting our run for ethics and politics, for integrity, for being there, for getting things done, and always standing for the people. Never, ever there for special interest groups like pharma or the real estate developers. No, that's not the game I would ever play. Okay, so let's see what else is there. Okay. I would like to start with some quotes that we have received. People are obviously voting, and here is Sean, who says, I voted for you, first local Democrat I voted for in years. Good luck. I like that. Sean, thank you so much. We are all about people. Like I said, we don't play partisan politics. We are not there to divide the country. We talk about bipartisanship and teaming up and doing something good for the people. Here is another one, Todd from Portola Valley. These actually came to our email just today. I voted for Rishi Kumar because I opposed an issue for her ties with Big Pharma. Plain and simple. I like it. Thank you. Thank you, Todd. Now, Heather from San Jose. I voted for Rishi Kumar. Let's see if this is recording. Yes, it is recording. Sometimes, crazy things can happen. So just making sure. Okay. And Let's keep going. Sorry about that. Okay, and then we have Heather from San Jose says, I voted for Rishi Kumar. Anna Eshu seems quite indifferent to the people who elected her. Okay, thank you, Heather. I will always be responsive. When we had the California fires, we stopped a campaign and we started calling people in the evacuated areas to see if we could help them. We were actually trying to find accommodation for them, hotels. We were calling up people, our volunteers. So in a crisis, we take charge. We don't wait for people to contact us. We will contact them. Okay, Celia from San Jose voted for Rishi because he won't back down or give in to political pressure. He truly is fighting for the people and not special interest groups. Love it, Celia. Thank you so much. Thank you. I truly appreciate that because this is really what defines our run. We are always there for the people, not tobacco, not oil companies, pharma, not pharma. Pharma is not evil. Pharma is good. We had the vaccinations, but there is an element of greed that is playing out in corporate America. And I'm there to call it out. If we don't do it as politicians, who will? And I keep my conscience clean. And the one way I do that is by calling out any issues that I see. For example, Measure A, the Santa Clara County ballot initiative proposition, which is on the ballot. And it's basically a sleight of hand. Vote no on Measure A. And there is a question that has come to us that will explain to you why I'm saying that. Okay, just give me 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Okay, let's go to the next question. Well, the first question. We see a question from Rob in Palo Alto. Rishi, I've watched your 11-minute video responding to the League of Women Voters Candidates Forum question. Thank you for doing that. I found it a quick and easy watch. Can you reiterate to me what your top 3 goals are in Congress? And Rob, thank you. Rob is referring to the video that I just showed you playing at the homepage. And in a short few minutes, you can get a good summary, but I'm happy to do it again here. So essentially, one is I'm pro-choice. We would like to legislate Roe. I support Pramila Jayapal's Medicare for All, HR 1384. And I happen to be the only candidate out of 8 in this race who supports Medicare for All, who supports explicitly Medicare for All. And when we win later this year, our plan is to become the 119th congressman who will support Medicare for All in Washington. The reality is that almost everybody from the Bay Area, every congressional member, including Zoe and Ro and everybody, or Eric, they've all supported Medicare for All, except Congresswoman Anna Eshu. And I don't know why, but I will not follow that modus operandi of Congresswoman Eshu. We respect her service, but I will carve out a new path where I will champion teaming up with anybody who will, because there are kids dying in the country because of a lack of healthcare. The price of insulin in the United States is $700. In Mexico, it's $70 for the same size, same carton. We are been milked dry by the pharma industry. And we have written lots of policy papers on the website. The search box works really good. If you want to find those policy papers, please search them, find them, read them. But we have taken the time to educate ourselves, and then we have put policy positions based on that. The third component is I stand for term limits. We need to have term limits in Washington because our politicians stay too long and do very little. And I would like to purge the dark money. They would also sell out. I would like to purge the dark money from politics. They stay too long, do very little, and they sell out. This is what is wrong with American politics. This is what is wrong. And then I would also like to fix the challenges of Silicon Valley. There are big challenges with housing, traffic, homelessness, the exodus going on, companies leaving, billionaires leaving, burglaries, crime. My God, it's crazy. We need to do something about homelessness. So anyway, that's a quick summary of my plan. Question from Julia in Saratoga. My big thing is Medicare for All. NSU has stayed silent while Medicare for All has been privatized. What is your take? Julia, thank you for this question. We have received many emails on this topic where people are calling out how Medicare has been privatized. It's almost like a Trojan horse. People think that you are getting Medicare, but it's really not. There are other private companies that have been engaged, and they are actually, there is a lot of fraud going on with that. If you read up on this, there are quite a few articles published. If you go to my Medicare policy page, you will find we have referenced this. We should not be privatizing Medicare. In fact, we should be expanding Medicare. And we need to bring efficiencies because, we are paying too much. We are paying too much to pharma. People say, how will we afford this? But if you take out the middlemen, which is the insurance companies, you will already create efficiencies in healthcare. There is tremendous efficiencies you can create in healthcare by applying technology. And if the federal government can negotiate the price of drugs, that would be phenomenal. That would be phenomenal if we can sort of take charge and provide this. America is apparently one of the only developed countries that does not offer a Medicare for all plan, a single payer plan to their citizens. And you look at Canada and UK, and people tell me that there's a long wait and this and that, but they have the option. It's an option that exists for them. It is there. I've met many from Europe while I've been on the campaign trail and meeting with them. And the first question typically I ask them is, are you in favor of Medicare for all? And they say, hell yes, of course. There is no need to continue to make our healthcare expensive. I think it's definitely a better option. Okay, thank you, Julia. Let's go to Jennifer in Palo Alto. Are you pro-choice or pro-life? Yes, I'm pro-choice. So look at my tie. I'm here championing, and I will ensure. It's decades of failure. 50 years we haven't done anything to legislate it. I think we need to be done with this because right now my big fear is dividing America even more. I saw this last weekend. This weekend there are so many rallies that are going on, and people are very concerned. People are extremely concerned, and we need to figure out how we can do something about it. And when I saw this erupt, it was I was actually very taken aback to see how this would test women, especially minority women and women who are economically disadvantaged. If we leave it to the state, then we will find people having to travel. And so anyway, it's simple in my viewpoint that we need to have a pro-choice America. And if you search for pro-choice on my website, you will find a policy paper on that. Thank you, Jennifer. Mimi from Mountain View. Rishi, Anna has been ineffective with climate inaction. What will you do different? Well, there is a policy paper which touched upon it at the candidates forum response questions that we did. Climate is a ticking time bomb, 10, 9, 8, 5, 4, boom, kaboom. That's like the movies, and we don't want that. We are running out of time. And the one thing that I hear very often is let's plant more trees. But what I've done is trees will take 40 years to bear some make an impact. But there is a lot more we can do right now. And I talk about carbon capture devices. I talk about using algae farming in the Pacific Ocean to essentially suck the carbon out. And we need to adopt technology options, clean tech options. Green New Deal is great. I have really adapted the clean tech portion of the Green New Deal to see how we can expand the innovation economy here and approach it from a clean tech option. For example, India and China still have gas guzzlers, but if we created cheaper cars for them, cheaper electric vehicles, very, very cheap, inexpensive, then we can address climate change together. We need to operate a little smarter. We just don't need to, beat the drum like climate change. We need to take some real action. And that's always been my motivation in public service. Not so much talk, but real action. rishikumar.com/climate. Thank you, Mimi. Larry from Woodside. I'm 80 years old and I can barely go to the doctors. I see these politicians like Anna Eshoo and Dianne Feinstein who want to keep running. I admire that, really, but I think it is time to make way. And Larry, I don't have anything against age. It's great to hear from you. But Dianne Feinstein, there has been lately rumors that she has been a little bit, let's call it disoriented. And she will be 92 years old. And or she's actually 90 years old this year. And so I would like to compare, let's take the analogy of me joining the city council. If I had not joined the Saratoga City Council, if we had the same guys there, then nobody would have done drop burglaries by 50% in the city of Saratoga. Nobody would have battled San Jose Water Company. Nobody would have challenged PUC with subverting of solar program. Nobody would have challenged the housing and California Department of Housing with their inflated RENA numbers. Nobody would have done that. Why? And how did I come to the scene? Because someone new like me came in with brand new ideas. Some of those ideas were completely discarded by my city council because they had been there a lot more years than me, and they didn't believe that I had a shot. For example, fighting San Jose Water Company, I was told, we don't have jurisdiction over San Jose Water Company. You know what? We have rejected 9 of them. So there is value, there is merit in bringing new energy, new blood, fresh new blood. This is what I'm hearing at people's doors when I'm talking to them. They say, Rishi, I want new blood. And I cringe if I happen to meet Count Dracula. I'm afraid of that moment. But seriously, I think we need new blood. We need some new energy. There are big challenges burning. And I agree that we need to have both term limits and age limits. People have asked me this, do you prefer which one? I say we need to have both, because our politicians keep on running. It's become very fashionable for them to keep running and running and running. And they stay too long, do very little. And unfortunately, in the cesspool of Washington, D.C., they also sell out. That's not the game I would ever play. That's not my style. Not my style, please. Thank you, Larry. Larry, please consider supporting my run. I would really appreciate that. Thank you. Kedan from San Jose. Rishi, I read your op-ed piece on Measure A. Kudos to you for calling out the crap. I'm definitely going to vote for you. Well, thank you, Dan. I truly appreciate that. Measure A, what they have done is the Value Water board members, I called for the resignation in a Merck op-ed piece. You can just find that. Measure A, Rishi Kumar, San Jose Mercury News, and you will find that. Essentially what I said, these 4 board members should resign of Valley Water Board, which is the water agency, because they have done a sleight of hand. They have basically tried to push term limits by spending $3.2 million of taxpayer dollars with putting this ballot proposition on our June 7th ballot. And what they're saying is it okay if we cap the terms to 4 terms for Valley Water Board members? They want us to vote for it. What they're not saying is, by this statement, they're actually wanting to increase it by another term. It's already 3 terms, maxed out, 3 terms. And they want to increase it, but it's a sleight of hand approach. Very clever. There are too many politicians who are trying to hoodwink the American people. And we need to get smart. Come on. We need to get smart here. Please, don't let anyone hoodwink you. Look at the data, please. Okay, question from Sylvia in Half Moon Bay. I followed Anna issue over the years. She has served well. I'm alarmed by her links to pharma. Tell me, Rishi, is this true? I'm finding it a hard time believing. This is actually ties very well with the previous question, because we cannot put our politicians on a pedestal. And if we believe that they're doing everything right, then how will we challenge them? How will we make the system better? And I'm a mechanical engineer. Everything we state about Anna issue with her pharma connection is very true. Go to rishikumar.com/facts, FACTS. rishikumar.com/facts. You will find all the links in there. We don't make up those links. The links came from third-party sources. Or go to rishikumar.com/report card, and you will see a summary. And I'm not going to say too much because we have covered this in previous calls. I talk about the 1 million deaths due to the opioids. A Las Gatos teenager died due to fentanyl. This is bad. We need to get America away from this, and we need to build a bigger, larger, better economy, fix the income inequality. We need to focus on these types of challenges. But unfortunately, sellout politicians, when they're hobnobbing with the lobbyists, they're not going to pay heed to the ones who are asking for attention. I hear very scary stories when I'm out there knocking on doors in East San Jose. It's a travesty that these people are being ignored. And our politicians hobnob with the elites, whether it's here in Silicon Valley or whether it's there in Washington, D.C., they're having a great time selling out America, selling out you and me. 1 million deaths due to opioids, 1 million deaths. And then people have debated, they have sent emails that, Rishi, it's not the pharma which is evil, it is the doctors. I'm like, are you kidding me? Please, look at the data. $25 million. Oh, sorry. 35 billion dollars was the fine that the feds basically asked Johnson & Johnson and Pfizer and wait, let me get this right. Okay. Johnson & Johnson and McKesson and Purdue Pharma. And there's one more company I'm missing. So these were the 4 companies that had to cough up $25 billion. But they made a lot of money on opioids. And why would the feds find them if the problem was with pharma, with the doctors? Yes, some doctors have gone to jail because of that. But it comes from greed. And you look at how the pharma companies, you just have to watch Dope Sick on Hulu or anywhere, watch it. And it lays out the story in terms of how Purdue Pharma was pushing the doctors and how they gamed the system. Please, it's not pharma. Please give me a break here. It's not pharma. George from Menlo Park had said this: while I supported Mrs. Eshu in the past, I agree it's time for her to go and we need new blood. Thank you, George. Okay, this is, I got this from Peter in Los Gatos. Stay on message by continually exposing and discussing her flawed and pathetic record in Congress and highlighting a thoughtful and intelligent approach to issues and problem solving. Harp on the need for less rhetoric and more tangible results. Tangible results are never achieved by talking them to death. An explanation of the issue and the discussion of a course of action must be followed immediately by demonstrative and purposeful action. Thank you, Peter. Thank you for the feedback. But we have plenty of data. Just search Google for pharma on my website. You will find the Sylvia. Thank you so much. Please trust in the data. I'm not a career politician. I'm not interested in lying about issues. We only talk about the facts. Sue from Menlo Park, will you repeal SALT? Yes. I think this has come to us has been coming to us for a long time. This is an option that it was, I think we're not getting the break that we need with the taxes based upon changes that happened during the Trump administration. We need to repeal SALT. And, there is so much spending. You look at the international fraud that happened. They siphoned $36 billion in unemployment funds. Our taxpayer dollars, yours and mine. Our money went internationally because these people find Americans so gullible and easy to squeeze money from us. This is crazy. You don't need a Nigerian billionaire. There are people now who are targeting us from all over the globe. Unemployment fraud. California paid $20 billion to fraud, including to prisoners. $87 billion total to unemployment fraud in the United States during the pandemic. I mean, we were spending money like we had a tree that was filled with like gold coins or something. I have no idea. But we were spending money like crazy. We need to be fiscally a little moderate with this. Come on, let's create a balanced budget. Let's figure out how we can remove the deficit, take care of the deficit. And we keep taxing the American people to death. How stupid is that? There needs to be a better way forward. I promise you this, Sue, I will carve out a better way for you. Jenna from Palo Alto. NSU has failed to fix the air traffic noise. Is this something you will lead for us and thousands of people affected? Of course. 2019, we wrote out policy papers, search for air traffic noise or jet concentrated noise or something on the website, air traffic noise, and you will find a policy paper. Congressman Eshu basically asked the cities to not file a lawsuit against FAA. She said, no, don't worry, we'll do something. After 8 years, the whole thing collapsed. Nothing happened. Nothing. Zero, zilch, nada. Activity for the sake of activity. 8 years. Nothing happened. And people are waiting. Their lives have been affected. Their health has been affected. Education has been affected. It's going above schools, the air traffic. We need to do something about it. Please look at my policy paper. We don't have all the perfect ideas yet, but all I have is the energy, the zeal, the ability to get things done, get crap done. This is what we did as an elected leader of Saratoga, which got me voted in with the most votes in 64 years of Saratoga. I promise you, I'll find an opportunity, find a solution to address your angst, Jenna. Thank you. David from East San Jose. I watched your candidates forum video and I actually liked your stance on big tech. Is big tech evil and will you go hard after them? I don't think so anybody's evil. I say that big tech needs to develop a conscience. You know, we are not there just to make profits, which profit is a big motivation, but we are also there to be of service. We need to build good karma. And by trampling upon people's privacies or monetizing them without giving them a chance is not the way to do it. And big tech will be in big trouble if they don't start following a playbook of conscience. So my plan is to create a resolution in Washington and then start talking to big tech, bring them together in meetings, bring the CEOs of the Valley and tell them, look, this is the resolution that we have done. This is the playbook. Please start figuring out, how you can develop a conscience. Look at Twitter. What's going on with Twitter? What did Elon Musk do? I said, he opened the hood of the car. Well, the electric Tesla has a frunk. So anyway, he did that because apparently there are lots of, millions of fake IDs on Twitter. This is not the game big tech should play. This is not the game tech should play. There has to be integrity. There has to be integrity because their employees are watching. We need a better approach. My take is, as long as tech is not trampling upon people, they get a free rein. If you start trampling upon people, the hammer of Uncle Sam will fall hard on you. Pretty simple. rishikumar.com/tech. We have many policy papers. Thank you, David. Okay, Doug from San Jose. Explain to me your stance on housing. So, Doug, if you look at the housing element, the RENA numbers, they were magnified 4 times, 5 times, a lot more housing units, but there's no plan for infrastructure, no plan for schools, water, sewers, traffic, roads, no plan. So what happens? I'm there in East San Jose, and it's a lot of housing put together. Sometimes there are many families living in the same house, in the same home, and there are cars spilling over to the street. You have to get there to see what's going on, and we need better options. We need better options. So my plan is to expand 10 times more affordable housing, but also pay heed to the infrastructure plan. Go to rishikumar.com/housing and take a look. And vision plan, it needs to be in motion. For the last 20 years, nothing has been done. I moved to Silicon Valley in the year Y2K. It was a .com boom. We were renting a home in South San Jose by Silver Creek, and my wife was commuting to Cisco, and I was actually doing reverse commute to IBM. But she would literally spend an hour to hour and a half going to Cisco. And for the last 22 years, nothing has really been done. Nothing has really been done. People talk about electrification of Caltrain. Come on, guys. Anna Issue talks about we are doing the electrification of Caltrains. I'm sorry. This was done 100 years back in many countries, 100 years back. Please, let's get on with it. Let's do something. We are the innovation capital of the world. We need to innovate with transportation. So Doug, my promise is I will create 10 times more affordable housing than anyone has tried. And it's not a bombastic statement. We have a plan for that. Go and take a look at that. rishikumar.com/housing. Okay, let's keep going. Stan from Los Gatos. Rishi, I fear we are divided and this country is heading to civil war. Do you think this is a problem? Stan, yes, I do believe that. Our politicians are dividing our people because they want to get re-elected and elected and re-elected. We are not the blue states, not the red states. We are the United States. It's not about going left or right. It's about going forward. We need to bring We need to bring Americans together. That's my agenda. Bring us together and fix the problems that we have. There are enough burning problems. Now, unfortunately, with this pro-choice and pro-life movement, it's going to further divide people. We cannot continue dividing America. We need to come together, please, and work on the challenges. So Stan, I do believe it's a big problem, but I will do something about it. Buell from San Jose, I take the BART almost every day to work. What's your plan to make it better for people like me who don't own a car? I have a plan for it, Buell. It's at rishikumar.com/traffic. Take a look at that. My plan is to expand mass transportation. We need to innovate with technology and roll something dramatic out that put together a vision plan. You know, Elon Musk talks about using like his boring machine, which cuts tunnels at 10% the price per mile of a bullet train. And he says he can bring it down to 1%. We need to apply technology. We need to look at technology options to fix our traffic problem. But it starts from a vision. People say, well, if you start now, it'll take 20 years. But you know what? Nobody got that started in the last 20 years. In year 2000, Congressman Eshu was elected in the year 1992. She was elected in 1992. But traffic is not something that she has led with. You look at Mr. Mineta, who recently passed away, unfortunately, he'll be missed forever. He did some pretty dramatic legislations with transportation. He was the Secretary of Transportation, the job that Pete Buttigieg has today. But he was a phenomenal legislator as a congressman, and he was a phenomenal Secretary of Transportation. Not to say anything bad about Pete. He's still new to the table, but we need to come up with these types of solutions, proactive solutions. Don't wait for something magic to happen. We have to create magic. This is what we do in Silicon Valley. David from Pacifica, I'm against the Rockaway Quarry development. Rishi, what will you do to stop it? It's already there, rishikumar.com/coast. And we are following it very actively. We have a plan. We were asking people to send emails to the city council. We are also asking you to send emails to the federal agencies who can intervene. For example, the Cargill salt ponds in Redwood City was basically the feds had intervened, and they had basically they were not allowing any development to happen on there. So we need to look at those options, get the federal government engaged. And as your congressman, I promise you I will do that. Now, what did we do here in the city of Saratoga? We had an old quarry right here, 65 acres. Go to the Google Saratoga Quarry Park. You will find 65 acres of a beautiful park now. Where's the quarry? It's not there anymore. Well, it's still there, but we replaced it. We protected that land with a park, and the trails there go all the way to the Santa Cruz coastline, all the way. I think it's like 30 miles of trail. But this is the type of things that needs to happen. I believe that I've been there. We have had a town hall meeting there. We had quite a few people who showed up. Many of them were against any development there. And I totally support them, because that's the wrong spot for the development. You have wildlife, vegetation, you have the red-legged frog. So, and you have the wetlands there, with precious animal life is happening there. Protect it, please. Protect it, because once it's gone forever. David, I pledge you, I will do my utmost to protect the Rockaway Quarry. Susan from Los Altos, I commute daily to San Ramon and my gas bill is huge. What's your plan to address inflation? rishikumar.com/inflation. So please visit that. And to some extent, I think, with COVID, our federal government, the stimulus payments were just tremendous, and the fraud happened. And, we have written up a policy paper on that. I wouldn't like to not get into the details here. And on energy, for example, with the gas, we need to explore any and all options. We need to accelerate our climate change by technology options. At the same time, we need to ensure that we're looking at any and all energy options to reduce the bill for Americans. And that's a very simple story we have. Okay, that's it. That's all we have. Let's see if there are any other questions that came on the chat window. I don't see any questions. So this was good. Thank you so much. We truly appreciate you joining this meeting today. I would be very honored to have your vote and support. The ballots are in, and if you have any questions, call me at 408-805-5993, or you can send me an email at campaign@rishi2022.com. I'm here meeting you because I'm keenly interested investor to get your support, to get your endorsement, to get your support. And if you like what you heard today, please consider a campaign contribution. And I would truly appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining. I'm heading next to Palo Alto for an event and another event after that. So it's a little bit of a crazy day, but we squeezed in the time to have this conversation. Hopefully I answered the questions fair and square. And everything we say, there is data to back it up. So please go to the website and Google it. Thank you so much, and spend some time on the homepage. Thank you. Enjoy. Bye. Have a great day.